I'm like half human, half alien today. It's a nice little vibe. And we are talking about the new moon coming up. Buongiorno, buongiorno, buongiorno. Please grab your journal. Please get some rocks and stones. Please, I have a tea going. It's an Earl Grey with some milk and honey. It's organic, don't panic. And what else we've got? Calendar if we need it. Definitely utilize some fire magic and some air magic for this new moon, because we've got earth, 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 water, water, earth, water, earth, water, Pluto retrograde in air, and then earth, water, and then the two beings in fire signs are Chiron, a deepest core wound, and Lilith. If you know, you know. So, Sarah, what the fuck does all of that mean? Let's find out. Let's find out. So go get your things, pause the video. Now come back, and we're going to talk about the new moon. We're going to talk about the new moon. So let's put all the lenses over it first and take our little notes about times and dates and stuff like that. So the new moon is a perfect time to plant seeds for manifestation. It is, we know the full moon is volatile fucking energy. We're all turned into the werewolf, huge, big old moon in the sky, brights the whole thing up, lights the whole thing up. The new moon is the dark side. It's where you put, where the shit is fertile as fuck. This new moon is in the sign of Taurus. Fixed, negative, earth energy. Earth. Grounded. This house, this is the general wheel, and this house is about money, please. Values, money, access to resources. Honest to goodness, what did I write down? The new moon, this will happen so fucking quickly. What do you value and why? The preface that I had wanted to put with it was, if you've been doing the work, this will happen so fucking quickly. But I just want to speak softly into this. But I remembered that if you haven't been doing the work, that was a conscious choice. And things, even if you're unconscious, will happen so motherfucking quickly. So to my light workers and to my starseeds and to my entrepreneurs and my beings that have been in very dark places, this is our moment. We've been planting redwood seeds, yeah. Oh God, please go back on. So this is the time. This is what we've been waiting for. This vibrational moment to just and then yay, it all happens and comes. So definitely the video that what is a light worker and why do they trigger me so much? If this is your language and you have been with me, you've probably already watched that video, but if none of this is your language, I'd probably recommend that you watch that first, just to get a little bit of the foundation about what's going on. If you're jumping into things right now and you've literally just woken up, that'd definitely be a great place to start. But some 101 mindfulness and meditation stuff, I will get to that ASAP. But definitely just put on some Gregorian chanting monks. If you are ever scared about any of the things that are happening outside of yourself, or if there are ghosts or it's in the room, just tell them that you're covered by Sarah's protocol, and then we can unpack that later on. But that's just a blanket statement. But again, if we've not met, I'm your alien friend, Sarah. I am a starseed from a much different dimension, a different time and place, and I've come to this planet to help during the ascension and during the awakening. And, it's my personal quest to find and train the new leadership team for the ascended new earth. And we look very different. It is indiscriminate of age and gender and race and all these things. But if you are divine masculine or divine feminine and you're doing your work, you're here with me, motherfucker. You're here with me. All right, Goose. So let's talk. So this new moon, make some noties. This new moon is falling at 28 degrees of Taurus. It is happening in Gloucester, Eastern Standard Time, on the 19th, 19th of May, at 11:53 a.m. And for the Gold Coast, this is happening on the 20th of May, 20 maggio, 153. They know it's AM, but for the Americans around here. So that is, okay, again, another lens. What the fuck does that mean, Sarah? All that matters is that the sun and the moon are conjunct, same place, at the same degree in the sky at the same time. That's what a new moon is. So this is happening at 28 degrees of Taurus. Super fascinating. The last new moon that we had was at the last degree of Aries, 9 degrees of Aries. This is a 28 degrees of Taurus. Taurus look a little chugga-chugga. They're the Eeyores, so I get it. But Sarah, you're telling me that the Taurus is chugga-chugga. You're telling me that they're slow as fuck. You're telling me that this is like fixed negative earth energy. Why are you saying that things are going to happen quickly? Because, and this is my opinion, I always speak from I statements. I don't watch the television. I don't watch the news. I don't watch any of that shit. Because if you are alive in this moment in time, in 2023, and you have not questioned your reality, you have followed blindly, you have done all of the things that you were told to do, and you're still doing it, and you're like, why haven't I been allowed to play outside? Why am I still doing this? Then those have been conscious choices to identify with your intellect and not sink into your heart, to your grounding, to your God space, to let go and let God. You have not been doing that. And that has been a conscious choice. We were all given free will. We chose to come down into this polarity-based reality and say, this is black, this is white. This is good, this is bad. This is dark, this is light. We chose to come down here to play in that and then rise above it and just be like, oh my God, it is. It is. But if you're still playing the finger pointing game and you're still playing the divisive game, then that's amazing. That's Pangea split, and there's an entire dwarf planet for, fear-based realities that they get to chill out and hang out and just, do the karmic thing. That's amazing. That's a choice. Because if there's been absolutely nothing that has happened in front of you in the past, 3 years or entirety of your lifetime that you haven't been like, something seems a bit off. Something's different. I'm going to go pray about this. I'm going to go for a walk about this. I'm going to go meditate on this. I'm going to, go to my community center, whatever that looks like. And I'm just going to talk to my people about it and have a really respectful dialogue and just be like, something's really off. If that has not happened to you yet, amazing, amazing. Amazing. Then why are you here? Okay, so Gloucester, 19th of May, 11:53. Gold Coast, 20th of May, 1:53. If there is anyone that watches these videos regularly that's in a different time zone than those, please comment below and I'll make sure to keep the timestamp for you as well. All that matters is that the sun and the moon are conjunct in the sky at the same motherfucking time. That's the only thing that we care about here. So everybody on the planet gets a new moon. So as we can see, this is the, introductory video. This is the general wheel. We start with Aries. We go all the way around to Pisces. We've had a lot of intensity in Aries over the past, holy God. Aries season, I'm an Aries sun, and that was intense, guys. That was intense. That was really intense. That was intense shit. Now at the end of Taurus season, Taurus is going to be main character for a little while. But for all of us, this is super exciting. So sun and moon, conjunct in the sky, 28 degrees of Taurus. We're planting seeds for money, access to resources, values. What do I value and why? And I only reference if you've been doing the work, because say for example, you want to manifest $100 million. Anyone can manifest. Anyone can do that. So say you've been doing the work and you receive $100 million. What do you do with it? Oh my God, I want to take care of this. I want to take care of that. I want to pay off their student loans. I want to pay their medical bills. I want to buy houses. I want to buy apartments so that people can have these things. I want to do all these things. Amazing. I haven't been doing the work and I get $100 million. I'm going on a private jet. I'm going on a yacht. I'm doing this. Me. I'm doing this. I'm spending money. I'm fucking bitches. I'm doing this. Your money's gone. Money's gone instantly. People come around, you attract the negativities to you, you attract the succubuses. When it's all just like me, it's all take. When it's give, receive. Equal and opposite reaction. You see the difference? Cool. So, planting seeds at the end of Taurus season. So I would like, for this, I'm thinking a little like this has the vibe of like Captain America, like near like the very last scene of Avengers Endgame. If you know, you know, when it's just like, this is why I came. All right, let's fucking do this. This is for us. This is for us. And I say that things are going to happen quickly because the next day, Mars is going to go into Leo. We have the day after that, the sun is going to go into Gemini communication. There's just like transitions that are happening. And then in June, we're starting like some outer planets doing retrograde. So we can expect a lot of like just indiscriminate death, but that's another story for another day. But just like if you've been doing the work, values, money, access to resources, this is where we ask for that. This is where we ask for that. So, Sun and the Moon in Taurus. I'm just going to reference like the other planets that we have here. Uranus is in Taurus, which is our like maverick, our, you know, a lightning bolt in the sky, where it's a slow mover and it's going to be in this house for a little while. It's been in this house for a little while. Uranus is at 19 degrees of Taurus, if you're into numerology and things like that. That actually just went into 19 degrees of Taurus. It's a very slow mover. Oh, and Pisces went into 27 degrees, or Neptune went into 27 degrees of Pisces, if you're into numerology. Those are just recently in the past few weeks. So those are cool numbers to go off of. Or was I saying, Uranus is like things happening quickly, good, bad, or ugly. The North Node, our collective destiny, is in Taurus at 2 degrees of Taurus. That has been spearheading through. It's going to be the North Node and the South Node, those go backwards. So this is going to be going into Aries. When is that? July 12th. So we've got some time on that one. But the South Node has been in Scorpio, just really purging old belief systems, uncovering, this is transformation, death, and rebirth, everything Scorpio. So a lot of really like fucked up sexual things have been released. A lot of like fucked up toxic things have been released. They get the Scorpion little tail. So any toxic things that we've put into ourselves, all the information about that is being released. Just anything that has to do with death, rebirth, transformation, and things hidden, things secret. The Scorpio is run by Pluto and Mars, so it's like aggressive and assertive, but in a very private way. It's just like still waters run motherfucking deep. That's the South Node, that's what we're getting rid of. And the North Node has just been like giving us beautiful access to resources, beautiful money, beautiful opportunities. This has just been blossoming as a collective, North Node and South Node, this is like everybody. And Jupiter, our luck be a lady tonight planet, literally 3 days on the 16th of May, 3 days before this new moon, went into Taurus. It's like the luckiest, most abundant, beautiful planet that there could possibly be. This is so much great Earth energy. We have Mercury over here, I believe it's 6 degrees of Taurus. That just went direct. So like within a week, we have on the 14th, Mother's Day, Mercury goes direct in Taurus. So like all of our communication, all of the contracts that we did not sign, we can see that it was because there was something nefarious on the other side of it. So like, bless you, I'm so glad you didn't sign that. That's a Sarah the Avatar thing. That was not for you. That was the Sarah the Avatar thing. We can talk about that later privately. Jupiter in Taurus on the 16th, like abundance, beauty, luck, all those great things. And then the new moon at 28 degrees. And then the next day, Mars is going into fucking Leo, a fire sign. So it's just like, this is like the, shoot, we're going up. It reminds me of the Sag glyph, where it's like, shoot for the motherfucking stars. Bigger. I want you bigger. I want you bolder. I want you brighter. Because if your intention is pure and what you value has a clear intention to it, We're talking about the fifth dimensions. We're talking about the ascension. These are telepathic communications. You can't lie. You can't pretend that you're not a good motherfucking person. If you're a good person, you just are a good person. If I say that you're a good person and you're like, no, but when I was younger, I was a shit-faced alcoholic and I just really fucked up shit. That's the light worker's way. That's the way of the light worker. I will never judge the things that you did when you were unconscious. A, because you did what you had to do to survive. You were not conscious yet. And B, it's because you will help others in those scenarios, in those situations. Because we speak from I statements. And your vibe, your energy is pure. That's it. That's it. That's it. Literally. When you do the work, you'll start to be like, that love and light preacher teacher over there, I'm just kind of such a bad vibe. I know that everybody loves them and they're so nice, but just like, no thank you for me. No thank you for me. Don't you worry, my friend. At one point in time, their up-ins will come. Just like your up-ins will come. We all deserve an up-ins. But if our intentions were not pure, that's God's problem. That's not our problem. You just see it and be like, oh my God, just drive on by. Just drive on by. So Mercury is going to, like I said, is at 6 degrees of Taurus. So we're going to have tons of time with Mercury going through here. And that's our downloads. That's our information. That's our communication. So depending on your rising sign, we'll go through it in the individual readings and stuff like that. But just like really be scripting, really be utilizing and not just typing. Truly, like I have my notes app and I will type away, or I will type away because it's like my hands can go faster than my brain. But when we script, when we write, it's not just our brain. This is our like conscious, our unconscious, and our subconscious, and just getting it out and saying, this is what I value. This is what I want. This is what I really need. Because sometimes we can even type like billions and billions of dollars where it's just like, yes, but why? But why? That's a beautiful ask. What are you going to do with it? You can't receive without giving. And you gave a lot. You gave a lot your whole fucking life. You gave so much. So now's your time to receive. I know this can be very uncomfortable for a lot of star season light workers to ask for big things, but go bigger, my friend. Go bigger because you can handle that sword. King Arthur, you can pull Excalibur out and wave it around, Harry. Give it a wave. Like you can handle this power. But with great power comes great responsibility. I always speak in parables here. I always speak of superheroes. I mean, like, there's so much to just, like, I'm sure we all have our, like, but they're run by pedos. Why? Yeah. Because archetypes are real. They're real. They're walking among you. I'm one of them. Definitely a Cinderella archetype over here. I'm a Three Sisters archetype as well. Like, there are so many different archetypes, but if they've been, like, it-ized, D-M-O-N-ized, like, be wary, because there's a reason they're trying to fuck that shit up. But that's a story for another day. We have Venus and Mars in Cancer. Mars, like I said, the next day is going to go into Leo, so it's going to be very assertive. So Mars is our assertive planet, our aggression, like the way we, like, outwardly, like, men are from Mars, women are from Venus type thing. Oh my God, I can't wait to visit my condo in Venus again, you guys. It's so cool. Tall skyscrapers, but amazing space. I'm always on a tangent. But Venus and Mars in the sign of Cancer. I mean, like, I heard an astrologer, this really cute as a button astrologer, and she was like, what did she say? She was like, if you're not, like, staying at home and, like, eating great food and misinterpreting what people are saying and taking things personally, then you're not doing Mars and in Cancer right. And it was just, like, spot on, where it's like, I can't handle going out there in the world. There's too many bad people. I just can't be there. And it's just like, no, honey, the bad people are afraid of you. I'm talking to you. Maybe an Aquarius out there. They're afraid of you. You're that special. You're that special. Okay, I'm getting overexcited. I'm writing that down because you're that fucking special. There's one planet I want to reference. Name this quote. That guy? That little guy? Don't worry about that little guy. Worry about that little guy. That's Pluto retrograde. Yeah, we should be worried about that little guy. I'm not going to should you. But so Pluto going retrograde in Aquarius. And again, this is not just my language. There are just infinite astrologers, infinite channelers, infinite beings all over the world that are gaining access to this information because it's downloaded into us and then we regurgitate it out onto our platforms respectively, and it's literally just the vibe. I'm saying the exact same thing that many other astrologers, many other leaders, many other beings, many other light workers are saying, so only find the one that the vibration speaks to you. Do you like the videos? Do you like the colors? Do you like the sound of my voice? Do you like the presentation? That means that this information is for you. You will find all over YouTube, all over your social media platforms, all over the world, a reader, a healer, a starseeder, a light worker that has access to this information and is offering it to you. So if I'm not for you, then just scrolling past my face, that's okie dokie. But so what I'm saying about Pluto over here, retrograde in Aquarius. Pluto's going to be in Aquarius starting in 2024 for 20 motherfucking years. So buckle up. That's spearheading in the general real through community friendships, wishes for the future. That's the Aquarian run house. But that's specific for your chart. So definitely have access to your chart when we go through it in the individual readings, and I do rising sign videos. So let's continue. Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is asking you to look at your addictions. And I'm going to do a whole video on addictions. What am I calling it? Everything is ambrosia. Everything is ambrosia. So at the beginning of time, when we really seeded this planet, and no, I won't even go into the history of it and like all of those things, but like this is our playground. Like consciousness, math, and sound had a baby and it's Earth. I'm sorry, I think I just like summed up creation. There you go. And we wanted it to please playground. We were meant to be naked, eating grapes, running around. But then somebody wanted to be in charge, and somebody wanted to do this, and somebody who was an evil was like, I can control everybody. And then that's when we got lost in the sauce and went corporate and did all those things and created taxes and all that fucking shit. So if everything in the world is ambrosia, or was at a certain time, then we have to remember that everything is on a spectrum in this polarity-based reality that we're in. So we have ambrosia and we have poison. So if everything at a certain time was ambrosia, way too much of it becomes poison. Even water is literally the life force. But if you sit there and drink a gallon of water in 30 seconds, you're going to have a bad time. Coffee, tea, plant medicine, anything that you started to ingest and you're like, oh my God, this is ambrosia. But I'm feeling feelings. I'm just going to continue to use this ambrosia. I'm going to continue to use this ambrosia. If you're continuing to use something that was originally meant to be medicine or sustenance or, insert any sort of energy here, when you start to overuse it, it becomes poison. Or the parable that I've been giving lately, it's like we're continuously drinking the amoxicillin because it tastes like fucking bubble gum. We don't need to drink the amoxicillin. We don't have the whatever it was anymore that we needed to drink amoxicillin for. But we don't need to drink the medicine, even when it tastes like bubblegum. Seriously. For my entire creative, as long as I've been on any sort of platform, had any sort of stage, I've been the biggest advocate for cannabis flower. But I started to overuse it. I was waking and baking in the same way that when I used to buckle my seatbelt, I had a cigarette in my mouth. But the same way that the second I got home after work, I would have a cocktail in my hand and I could hear the ice swirling around because it reminded me of my father growing up at home. All addictions. Yeah, it's been fun. But wildly necessary. I'm really sinking into a sober lifestyle because honestly, the more sober and clear I get, the more my visions and multidimensionality pop. Like the other morning, I woke up and opened my eyes, and usually the first 2 words out of my mouth are thank you. Thank you for another day. Thank you for sight. Thank you for my fingers and toes. Thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you for this beautiful human avatar that is the car that my consciousness gets to ride around in. And so I said thank you, and I looked over and I have this beautiful plant, and I've told this story to many people, and it was just so powerful, so powerful. So I look over at this plant that I have next to my bed that was my aunt's. Bless her, she's dead now. But when she was alive, it was like, I remember where it was in her house. So I looked over at this plant, and I could instantly see, just opened my eyes, had literally just opened my eyes, and I could see the osmosis of the plant. And then I could see my aunt purchasing the plant and buying the planter and putting it right outside her bedroom where it was really sunny in the home where she used to live in Brookline. And then I looked up at the fan that was going, and I could see the assembly line workers putting the fan together and having a conversation. There's 2 men, they were shooting the shit. One of them was kind of awakening, but just like was working on his verbiage. And then I looked over at the sticky film that I had put on the window, and I saw myself going to Home Depot that day, and I was probably having a little bit of a stressful day because I was like, you walk around naked, and I don't always want the people that live right next door to me to be seeing my tatas, so it's nice to have like a little bit of pretty film. And I was just remembering how much I really loved that film. And there was a time way before plant medicine where I was tripping balls, and I was sitting in front of that film, and I was like literally years ago, I was like, I can see the breath of the film. So I remember I was literally like watching myself go to Home Depot to buy the film, watching myself remember that moment where I used to take drugs and having that experience. And then I looked out because it's on the bottom part of the window frame, and then I looked up and I saw the chimney on the house next to me, and I could see them. It's an old fucking house. I could see them putting the bricks on the chimney, and I could see the builders putting the chimney together. Yeah, I don't need pot anymore. It's pretty fucking trippy, normal. But because my human has been using cannabis flower for so many years, like just like eating and sleeping have been very difficult. So my guides have been giving me a gracious breadth, that's what they said, to just for sleeping. So I've been utilizing cannabis flower when I need to sleep, and soon I won't need that anymore. I'll use breath work and stuff like that. So, but that timing for myself personally, I speak from I statements, came from the Pluto transit. And interestingly enough, this is happening in my 3rd house of communication, which is run by Capricorn. So it's like, how do I describe that? Some of my guides can be super sassy. I have a bunch of guides, and there's been a changing of the guard, but like I have my tattoo here, I'll show you. This is some of them. See, aren't they so cute? But some of them are cheeky as fuck. And I was like meditating and crying the other day, I was like, all I want is clarity for the next step and what I'm supposed to do. I just love creating my YouTube videos. I love doing this, but I don't know how to continue. I just need clarity of the messages. And they're like, oh, so you want clarity, but you're ingesting something that clouds you on a regular basis. No, we hear you. We hear your frustration here. But oh no, it's our fault. We're not giving the messages clearly. Obviously, this is a guide's. This is a multidimensional, non-physical guide problem. Obviously, this isn't a Sarah smoking pot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's not a you problem. So that's Pluto over there. I kind of got off in tangent about that, but I love to lead by example, and I love to lead the charge and say, I am not perfect. I am as authentic as can be. I'm not going to say that I'm always love and light in any fucking capacity. I am a very Scorpio rising. Conjunct Pluto in the 12th house. I fucking love the darkness. I vibe in it. It's great. My guys are going off. You're that special. Okay. Let's wrap it up. They're flashing the lights on me. Okay. So Saturn and Neptune are the two planets that in June are going to be going retrograde. Saturn on the 17th of June and Neptune on the 30th of June. So I'm not predicting this on my own. Like, shit tons of false prophets. A shit ton. Because when you first awaken, you're like, I am we are all God having a human experience. We are all clairvoyant. We are all special. We are all starseeds. We all shine. But this isn't like a fucking everybody gets a gold medal type thing. This is that's your perspective. Super cool. It doesn't vibe with me. I'm going to get my own information. Thank you. I'm going to talk to God myself. Thank you. So just be wary of that this summer. I'm just planting that seed. Be wary of that because things will happen so quickly. And good, bad, or ugly, things will happen so quickly. So we're all going to be grasping on to something that feels familiar, something that feels safe. But trust your gut here. Trust your gut. Go back and watch my full moon videos. Was it the full moon of Scorpio where I said trust no one? Trust your gut and no one else, including me. Yeah. I'll probably put the link to that below because I think it could be just helpful to and if you're new to my page, like go back and watch some of the old videos and see if like some of the new moon things have correlated to things that have happened in your life. Like definitely go and find out what your rising sign is and you can watch for the rising sign, the sun sign, or the moon sign because Aries sun, Capricorn moon, Scorpio rising. So I go back and watch all three of those videos to get very specific vibrations, and they all pretty much jive. Chiron over here, I'll leave on Chiron, our deepest core wound, but also the wounded healer, the wounded teacher. This is in our like Aries run house still. He's going to be in Aries for a while longer. So like, who are you really when no one's looking, when no one's around? And you feel like your true self. And then who are you when you're out in the world? When you're amongst people you know, people you work with and for, and strangers. And what is the distance between those two yous? And how can we bring them together? Because your deepest wound is usually what you're here to heal and what you're here to teach. Because we need you. We need you. I gotta get this thing going. Hold on. You must become who you are, Simba. You must become who you are. You must become who you are. Because if you are who you are, you get blessings to do the fucking work. I'm sorry. I think that's it. I'm having too much fun with my guides right now and they're making me laugh, but I really hope that you have had fun hanging out with me today, my darlings. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I am Sarah. I am your alien friend. Please comment below. Please like the video. Please share it with anyone that you think could utilize this information, as well as there are links for donations and tips, like any little bit of energy given back. I am so grateful to receive, and it helps me give so much more without fear. So thank you. I'm honored to be here with you, my fellow starseed. It is a wild ride out there, but we're here for it. It's always darkest right before the dawn. Hold on a little bit longer and just shoot for the fucking stars, kid. Shoot for the stars. Ciao.